Hello and welcome back to the channel, and in this video I'm heading back to Bottom Meadow, the home of Bracknell Town, as they host Hayes Yeading in a Southern League Premier Division South fixture. It's going to be tomorrow night. I'm recording this night before because of the darkness obviously, and I'm back in the kitchen as you'd expect this time of year, but I'm looking forward to this one. It's a big game for Bracknell against Hayes Yeading, the league title favourites going into this season, but it's been a huge 24 hours for Bracknell Town as they drew Ipswich Town in the first round proper of the FA Cup. They beat Banbury 2-1 last Saturday to book their place. Goals from Herbert and Bayliss respectively. The Bracknell fans are absolutely delighted by it. And you know what, fair play to my, I respect Bracknell now, compared to this time last year, I was one of those haters, but do you know what, I've got a lot of respect for them and their fans, and that's why I'm going back there a few times to go and do some vlogs for them. I'm looking forward to it. They've done very well as well recently in terms of the league. They've only won once in their last four league games, but great character and comeback, great character and determination to come back last weekend at Poole for Bracknell. They're 2-0 down. They scored a goal in the 90th minute or 89th minute, and then they scored again in the 93rd, 94th minute to make it 2-2. So that's a real good performance to come back and get the point. The visitors Hayes and Yeading, meanwhile, have underachieved massively so far this term in the league. I believe they were one of the favourites to go up along with Western-super-Mare. They sit, I think, just above mid-table somewhere now. They did win 3-1 at Dorchester, but they've only won 2 in the last 5 games, so not a great season so far for Hayes and Yeading. Plus, the visitors haven't kept a clean sheet in the last 7 games, so they could concede a few more goals tomorrow night if they're not careful. And something I've never said or done before in a vlog is saying no to racism. A lot happened at the Bracknell-Banbury game last weekend. It's disgraceful. There's no need for it. I think racism is, it's calming down a bit in this country, which is great, but it's still not 100%, is it? It's still going on, and I just want to put it out there. No, I'm totally against racism and abuse at football. I mean, look, football's a passionate sport, right? There's no need for racism and there's no need for abuse, right? And it goes without, and it's not just racism, it's abuse in general, like I've just said. Don't get me wrong, I'll moan at referees, for example, if some of their officiating is really poor and bad. But at the end of the day, some things can be taken far too far, and and personal insults is not needed. So look, I stand with a lot of people saying no to racism and abuse in general at sport. It's not needed, so let's please stamp it out. So it's 8th versus 15th in this league fixture. What is my prediction? Well, I'm going for a 1-1 draw tomorrow night. I suppose it's a fair result, isn't it? I mean, Hayes and Yeading haven't been doing great. They've been conceding goals, so maybe they're conceding another one, I reckon. And Bracknell, their league form hasn't been fantastic, but I think the point would be fair to them, considering they're going to be quite after the night they've had tonight, as of recording this, drawing Ipswich. I don't know what their pre-game, mentality is going to be like, but yeah, I'll just go for a 1-1 draw. I think, why not? And if you want to carry on watching these non-league vlogs, don't forget to hit subscribe down below and ring the notification bell to be notified when Let's Vlogs go live. Well, without further ado, let's get inside Bottom Meadow.
Good ball. Thank you.
Are they?
Got a ball. know anyone else. Hold it. Go on. That's the first reason I know about the season that I was like, Moyes club in the league. By a long way. Corner ball.
Fucking break him!
Yes.
Good save. On again. Another corner. Yes.
Go on, Jordan! Go on! Hey! Come on, Ref!
Hands out, Ref!
Can't say anything.
Yeah.
Probably get a liaison.
Back in it!
Go on, Danny, go on, go! That's it.
So I'm back from the game that finished Bracknell Town 2, Hayes Yeading 2. It was quite a decent game to be fair overall. Had goals, had a lot of big tackles and stuff like that. So I didn't do a half-time report because there wasn't too much to report on apart from the 2 goals. But I'll go through it anyway. So first off, Uppbeat got the goal for Bracknell to give them the 1-0 advantage. There was then a penalty awarded to Hayes Yeading, and then they converted that penalty nicely to make it 1 apiece. And that wasn't long before half-time, I think. But second half, they went 2-1 up, and then Bracknell scored the equaliser to make it 2-2, and that was via George Knight, I think it was, with a little simple-headed goal. But I think Bracknell will be disappointed in the end because they were putting quite a lot of pressure on Hayes Yeading in the second half, and maybe they had 2 or 3 great chances to maybe make it 3-2, but it didn't quite happen in the end. Hayes Yeading, they had brought some vocal support tonight, so fair play to them. They quite a good atmosphere from their fans. The refereeing tonight wasn't that great, to be honest. It wasn't the best. A few poor decisions, I think. The Hayes Yeading players kept falling over a few times. Happens quite a lot in football, doesn't it, unfortunately. But what I will say is actually it was quite a good attendance tonight actually for Bracknell, about 400 and something I'd imagine. And I'd imagine as well that's probably something to do with the ticket sale process for the Ipswich FA Cup game, because you've got to go tonight and Saturday to basically guarantee a ticket for the Ipswich game in the FA Cup first round. So, cats. Excuse me, sorry about that. It's my cat causing a bit of trouble here in the kitchen. But yeah, overall I'd say that's a neutral, not a bad game. So the results in tonight's Southern League Premier Division South fixtures. Hartley Whitney 1, Northley 0. That's a great 3 points for Hartley Whitney there. They definitely needed that. Met Police 1, Paul Town 3. And would you believe it's the first defeat of the season for Weston-super-Mare? They lost 3-1 at home to Cheshire United. And finally, Yate Town 3, Winchester City 3. what a game that was. Wilcox scoring a 93rd minute equaliser to give the Citizens a point there away from home. I'm sure Craig Davis would be happy with that result overall. So what does that do for the league table? Well, Chero City maintain their position at the top of the table after Weston-super-Mare's defeat tonight, but Weston-super-Mare are just 1 point behind the league leaders there. In the playoffs you've got Hanwell, Chesham and Paul Town. Right at the bottom you've got Hartley Whitney, Plymouth and Hendon. But in terms of tonight's results, Bracknell Town are in 15th position, while Hayes Yeading remain, I think, in 8th position there. So yeah, Hayes Yeading not really moving there at all, it seems. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like down below. It helps the channel massively and I highly appreciate your support lately. And if you want to come watch these non-league vlogs, then don't forget to hit subscribe down below, and you know the rest by now. And also if you want to watch a load of 22, 23 season non-league vlogs, then you can do that in the description as well. But yeah, thank you for watching. Until then, I'll see you very soon.